Hi and welcome to today's video. My name is Rita. This is my channel 10 Red Lipsticks and this is my introduction for Partners in Cream 2024. So this is a project pan where you try to use up cream, liquid, makeup, skincare, whatever. And this is such a good project. So many people participate in it. I didn't do it last year, but I've done it for the few years before that. So I'm really excited to get back into it. This project was started by Steph DaLin, who is another Irish project planner, much more successful than me and at it much longer than me. So really thrilled to be participating in her project, and DaLin from Outward Processing. So they're both excellent project planners and they had such a good idea with this project because obviously these are the things that expire quickly and these are the sections of our makeup collections where we wind up wasting so much money by not getting the use before it becomes unusable. So I'm really excited to get into this. I'm doing 4 different project pans for the year 2024 at least. I am planning to limit it to that, but if something really fun comes up later in the year, I might consider that. This is one of the projects where I really want to focus on finishing things up. So usually the kind of rules of this are that you would have 3 to 6 products in at a time. I'm actually going to start with 10, which I know seems like a lot, but some of the things, even the things I want to completely finish, I think won't be too difficult. So I think I will start with the number that I of products that occurred to me and that I want to put in straight away. But then as I hopefully hit goals and roll products out, I won't necessarily replace everything one for one. So maybe I'll wind up having 8 products or 6 products left in the project in a couple of months. There is a quarterly refresh, so the project is actually 11 months long, which I think is a great idea. You get a break from December to January, so that means the quarterly refresh I think would be April, but different people might do it at different times. I haven't really used those that much in the past because often I've set quite small goals for very difficult products, and I've been able to finish my products that had higher goals. So I haven't used it too much in the past, but I think I will use it this time around, particularly to try and make my way through my cream cheek product collection, because I know now from doing this project a few times it's not realistic for me as someone with very oily skin to have finishing or even significant size difference, weight difference, etc. as a goal for a cream blush, for example. It's just not the perfect formula for my skin type. Actually, baked powders in particular work really well for my skin, so I want to use this project to kind of get through that collection that I've got, which isn't huge, of those types of products, but not necessarily, wind up stuck with one for too long and then I feel I have to use the quarterly refresh to roll it out. So now I feel like I need my glasses because I do just want to talk about which categories I want to focus on. My computer is completely frozen, it's not working. Oh, there we go. So I want to have a relatively broad definition of cream products for this project. I'm not too fussed about everything being makeup. A lot of it will be makeup, but I do want to include other things because I have an historic issue of leaving, the bottle that's gotten down to only having maybe 20% left, and it's difficult to get the product out. You have to really shake the bottle or whatever. I have a historic issue of leaving those things to rot for literally 5 years. So I would like to use this project to encourage me to clear out some of that junk of nearly empty bottles that I've got all around the place. Apologies for the noise, I'm just moving my organizer that's got different stuff in it, including the products that we're going to talk about. So which categories will I be focusing on in this project? Foundations, concealers, cream eyeshadow, cream blush, bronzer and highlighter. I only own one cream highlighter. Skincare, hair care, which might not sound like the perfect project pan item, but sorry, I've got a cold sore and it's causing me pain and issues. But anyway, hair care, perfume, I am not a great perfume user. I own 5 perfumes, I think, and I'm just not good at using them up at all. I have had perfume go bad in the past, even though I only owned 1 perfume for like 5 years. I still didn't use it up before it expired, and it was one I really loved. And nail varnish, I have way too many nail varnishes. It's a huge problem, so I'd love to hopefully finish a couple in this project. So those are the main categories up for grabs. I don't have one of each in my introduction now, but at some stage I'd definitely like to get one of each in. Like, I'm wearing a cream eyeshadow today. It's in the Rowan 1111 quad, which is in my No Pan Left Behind. It's this one, which is either Chow or Rosy. I think it's Chow, but just when the shade names are written on the back, sometimes I'm not sure like exactly what they mean about where the shadows are placed. Anywho, I'm wearing that cream shadow and mattes from the Beauty Bay Neutral palette, which is my Project Level Up Level 1 palette. So I have an issue with cream shadows, which is I don't think to use them, I think to use my palettes. So even the ones in palettes, I just think of that as a regular eyeshadow, but actually they do dry out, they do go bad. So I would like to kind of actually get through every single cream shadow I own, and maybe have a goal of say 5 uses on those each, maybe a bit less for palettes. But then what about the other goals? So I think a lot of those types of products that I've listed, I will have goals to finish. Some of them that won't be realistic. For example, I'm thinking at some stage, not straight away, of putting in this Becca concealer. I'd say it would take a very long time to finish this concealer because it is very high coverage, and it's not necessarily my favorite, so I don't really want to spend ages panning this to completion. But I would like, for example, maybe to roll it in at some stage for 30 uses, something like that. So we're going to have a 5 use goal on cream eyeshadows as they come up. We might have a 20 use goal or 30 use goal on items that I want to, you know, get a chunk gone of, but I don't really realistically want to finish them as part of this project. And then we're going to have a lot of to finish goals, or maybe, you know, sticks where I want to reduce the length of the stick by a certain amount. So with all of that said, let's get straight into what I'm actually picking for my introduction for this project. So first up, I've got the Uoma Sewa Foundation. I've got it in White Pearl T1C. It's a very good shade match for me. I'm wearing it today. I don't ignore this mark up here. Look at this shiny, difficult to see mark because it's a light colour. That's about where it is. It does stick to the sides a good bit. I've had this for several years. I really like it, and I got it on a great discount. It was like a tenner, whereas I think it was meant to be like €30. So I'm not like, oh, it's so expensive, I have to finish it. But I'm like, it's real good. I want to finish it before it goes bad. And it's a great mixing foundation because it's quite light. Like, it's light enough for me. And I own a bunch of foundations that are too deep for me. So I've used it quite slowly because I've often been mixing it with foundations that are too deep. So I want to use it a bit on its own and maybe fully formulate. Like, I think I would like to repurchase this at some stage. Not immediately because I own too many foundations. But completely formulate, you know, how much do I love this foundation on its own? Is this the perfect foundation for me? And, you know, when I'm able to use up most of my current old foundations, would this be one that I would want to repurchase? I'd like to formulate those thoughts as part of this project, but I would also like to finish it. So it's about maybe a third left. I'd like to finish every single bit of this and, you know, scrape it out as much as I can. I do find these pumps, it can be very difficult to get the last bit. So we might be like dumping it out into a smaller container at some stage. Speaking of smaller containers, next up we have an eye primer. So this is from Art Deco. It's just called their eyeshadow base. They do have another formula, like a different format of eyeshadow primer, but a friend in work gave this to me as a random gift because I was talking about how I have really oily eyelids and eyeshadow just doesn't last. It's a problem. And actually I quite like it, and it's very affordable. I've looked it up. So I didn't think I would like the pot format. As you can see, I've used up a good amount. But yeah, I'd like to finish it completely. I do kind of feel like the pot format means that it won't necessarily last as well as some of the kind of like squeezy tubes or doe foot applicator type eyeshadow primers that I have. But also, I feel like it'd be good to just get through this, and then I'll have this very handy little tub, possibly for depotting things that I want to bring on holidays with me or whatever. Like it's a 5 milliliter container. That's such a handy amount of a cream product or a liquid product to bring away with you somewhere. So yeah, multiple aims here, but I've been using this very consistently. I really like it, and it might take several months to finish, but I think I could definitely finish this year. So another goal of to finish. Next, oh yeah, so this moisturizer is exactly the issue I'm talking about, where it becomes difficult to pump out. So this is the Sunkin Brightening Illuminating Moisturizer. I got it in the €12 Tuesday deal in Boots. I quite like it. It has a very kind of herbal smell, and it says that it lasts 6 months. I bought it at some stage last year. I might look up my spreadsheet or my emails and be able to see when exactly I bought it. So it's most likely at least 6 months old already. If not, it will be very soon. So I want to finish this. The fact that it's a pump, it's getting difficult to pump out now. So I've actually depotted most of it into... I've depotted most of it into this empty Wishful Huda mini container. It's quite gloopy, so I really feel it like it was sticking to the sides of the pump bottle, even though obviously there was loads left, and that was causing me difficulty. So I think this will be an easier format for me to finish up this moisturizer. There is still a bit left in the pump bottle because it is quite goopy, so I'm going to... that'll be included in this project as well, finishing everything that's left in the pump bottle. So yeah, another to finish goal. Next up, but this is going to look ridiculous and way too easy. This is a perfume, but it's just a little sample. This is from Way. It was part of the US Sephora birthday gift last year, and I placed my first ever US Sephora order. I've marked there the little like light blue nail varnish and how much is left. I'm just terrible at using perfume. It never occurs to me. Like, I've none on now. I don't know. It smells lovely. Like, it smells so nice. I enjoy it. Why don't I use it more? I've no idea. It just doesn't occur to me. Like, I had to put it on the to-do list on the morning of my wedding to use the perfume that I'd bought specifically for my wedding, because I wouldn't have thought of it. So yeah, I'm going to finish this, and that'll get one out of my collection of 5. 2 more are samples. I probably won't want to finish those this year because they're brand new to me. My mother-in-law gave me 2 sample Tom Ford scents that she got as gifts because she buys full-size Tom Ford perfumes. So I probably won't want to finish them. I might roll in like the perfume I got for my wedding and have a usage goal of a certain line I'd like to get down to or something later in the project. But yeah, I'd like to have early success and get into the habit of using the perfumes that I own with this goal. Another one that maybe it looks easy. This is a nail varnish from L'Oreal. This is Diamond Color Riche in Diamond Carrot. So it's only a 5 milliliter bottle altogether. I've marked there where we're at now. I want to finish this completely. This could be 10 years old. It could be 15 years old. I don't know. I own so many glitter top coats. Actually, I filmed this video yesterday and it looked terrible because I'd filmed it at night and it was all shadows. So I'm filming it again with daylight. I wore this as a top coat just on its own to see what it looked like and show you, but then I was just looking at other top coats that I own and I put a different one on. So like, this isn't even this one. This is this one layered underneath another glitter top coat, and I'd say I own maybe 8, maybe 5 glitter top coats. It's too many. I think it's achievable to finish one of these small bottles, and obviously you can top this over any colour. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to get this done certainly in the first half of the year, maybe less than that. It's just a matter of making the time to do your nails in a consistent way. The fact that it is a neutral topper that can go over anything does mean it's not going to interfere with things in the same way that trying to do colours can kind of interfere with things. Like, I very much, like, I kind of have a warm tone-ish look on today and a cool tone top. That's not my norm. I'd normally go for warm tone makeup and a warm tone top and warm tone nails and all of that. So it has been an issue when I'm trying to kind of work on coloured nail varnishes before. I think this is much more achievable. But as you can see, it's gone kind of pinky. That's not the colour it was initially. That is because I've topped it over red nail varnish, which is one of my favourites, along with red lipstick. So yeah, I feel like this needs to go. Apologies if you can hear the plane going overhead. Next is, oh, where did I put this? A lip balm. So I have kind of like 4 lip balm. I own way more lip balms than that, but I have about 4 that I want to work on in this project. And can I see any of them around here? No. A few of them are like quite old. One of them is like a natural indie brand, and I'm worried about it going bad. But I'm going to roll them in one at a time and try and get them finished in this project. The first one is this La Roche-Posay. This is a really good lip balm, and I've got lip issues at the minute. So once I get the cold sore actually dealt with, which I'll have to use like Virex and whatever to deal with, then this lip balm will be really helpful for repairing and making sure that another one doesn't happen, because it's just a huge issue for me in the winter. My lips get dry, and then like if they're cracking in a couple of points, I'll have like 3 cold sores pop up along each of the cracks. It's pure misery. I hate it. So I really love this. It's really, really good for my lips. So I think this is the perfect time to work on it. I have marked where we're at now. Like all the end here is quite empty. And obviously we have all this left up here. It was 7.5 mils. So I'd say maybe I've like 3.5 mils left to go. Very achievable. Obviously I use lip balm 10-15 times a day, particularly at night and in the morning. At work I might use a lip gloss or whatever, but my issue is because I have so many of them. I have one in this bag, one in that bag, one in my pocket, one in my car, one on my bed, one in my desk in work, blah 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 blah. I don't finish one, including I have some that have been hanging around for years, which is probably not great for the health of my lips. So I would like to start rolling them out a bit more consistently. And while I think generally like this will stay in my house, I won't bring it around with me, I'm going to try and make an effort of when I need lip balm in the middle of the day, going up to my bedside table and using this one, as opposed to just digging through my bags until I find a different random one. Which doesn't mean I won't necessarily be using more lip balm because of this project, but I will be getting something out of my inventory and getting those packaging out of my life. So I think that's very positive. Now, another skincare item. So this is the Tony Moly Cat's Perfect Eye Contour Stick. I'm not entirely sure what the purpose of this is. I used it today kind of as like under eye primer, and I do that sometimes, and I sometimes use it as like an eye cream at night. But it is a solid stick, obviously very cute packaging, little kitty cat. I do have the face cream with the cat packaging as well, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. So here I'll do like proper pictures with markings and everything so we can show progress next month. Here is where we're at now. Quite a bit left. I think this will take quite a while actually, even though I really like it, and I think it'll be easy to use it consistently. I think it will take quite a while. I will try, once we get down to where I can't use it anymore, digging it out and using it all up. But like how I use it at the minute is I just rolled the stick over my eye. So I'm not sure how the usage will work once it's not in this format anymore. Hopefully like warm it up on my fingers and then I can do it. It'll work fine, but we'll have to see. So it might be that once we reach the end of the stick, then it won't be usable anymore, or it might be able to use every single drop of this. So we'll see what we can do. Either way, finishing it up is the goal. And the reason I'm rolling it in is both because I bought it in a pound shop. So like Tony Moly, I don't think it's sold as standard anywhere in Ireland. I don't know where it came from. It could be a bit older. So that makes me concerned about how old it is. So like it smells great and everything, but also I bought a similar product. This is the Lacura like Aldi brand, obviously like the Bobbi Brown vitamin face base or whatever dupe. So Vita Base eye primer is what this is called, and it smells divine. So I've used it a good few times as like kind of an under eye primer before I do makeup in the morning or whatever, or it's like a morning eye cream. It's so lovely and I want to use it, but it's brand new. So actually this, which I love also, I should use up before I get worried about using this up. So this is kind of in the project a bit more because this made me realize how old it is. Oh, sorry, the light change there quite dramatically. So those are my 7 finish up goals. And now I've got the Kiko Sculpting Touch Contour Stick in 200, the Kiko Mood Boost 3-in-1 all over stick in 02. It would have had a name with the limited edition collection it was in, but I don't know what it is. And the Kiko Dolce Diva Glam Cushion Highlighter in 01. So this is obviously meant to dupe the Charlotte Tilbury. All of these are brilliant. I really like them. This is the size that sticks like this should be in because it takes so long to use them up. This isn't huge, but like I was trying to do the, what's it called? NARS the Multiple in Orgasm in this project a few years ago, and oh my god, like an outrageous level of product is what's in there. So here are swatches of the 3. I'm wearing all 3 today. I really like it. The blush is very neutral. It's a warm neutral, but works really well. This is meant to be a contour. It's a bit more of a bronzer on me, but I really like it. And this is nice. It's not my perfect product because I'm just less of a highlighter person because I am so oily. So I really like this. At first I was going to say that my goal, excuse me, should be 20 uses because I do want to rotate through all of my cream, blush, bronzers, etc. as part of this project. I only own 1 cream highlighter and this is it. I've one in an Elizabeth Arden palette, but it's totally expired. I would absolutely not put that on my face. It's like 15 years old. But actually, considering the quarterly refreshes, I think what I'm going to do is keep all of these 3 in this project for the first quarter until we hit the refresh, and then I'll refresh them with other cream cheek products and we'll see how we go. So I would say what I want my usage goal to be, because it's just not realistic to say that I'll take a centimetre off of this. Like, it takes so long to use up these stick cream products. Like, you'd be shocked how long it takes, particularly because it's not the perfect product for me. Like, if I wanted this makeup to last all day, I would really have to top with powder, blush, bronzer and highlight, which means I can't use more of this because then I'll look ridiculous. So I think a realistic goal for 3 months would be 60 uses of all 3 of them. That's quite a bit, and I think this actually is a good time of year to have that kind of a goal because, for example, in the summer I might not have any of this type of product in the project because just the face oil is out of control and I can't keep a cream product on my face to save my life in the summer months. So I think, yeah, a high enough goal for this time of year where it's a bit cooler and I can use these products a bit more easily is a good idea. And then it's just 20 uses a month and I can pretty easily see, am I reaching my overall goal or not? So yeah, those are all of my products for the introduction. We will, you know, as things roll out, I might individually replace them as I hit goals, but I will be looking to hopefully bring a whole new raft of things in when we hit the quarterly refresh. But you don't have to wait until then because there will be an update on the 10th of February to show you how I've been doing with my first month. So thank you so much for watching. I know so many people are doing this project. I've been looking at people's Instagram posts. A couple of videos have gone up already. But yeah, if you're doing this project, I would love to hear about it down below and I will come and follow you and we can encourage one another. That's one thing I'll say, like, joining this project was the first, a few years ago, it was the first panning experience I had, and like the amount of support people give one another is just really so impressive. You know, I was a first timer doing it. I had a few makeup products, but I had a bunch of other stuff as well, skincare, whatever. And like people were like, oh, that's cool that you included that type of product, because generally they'd be very focused on only having makeup in their project pans. But like just really supportive. They weren't like, that's not the proper way to pan, blah blah blah. There was none of that, and there never has been. There's just really positive encouragement. Yeah, and I really like it. And now, you know, I've strengthened some of those project panning muscles, and I feel, you know, having things into finish that might take a while, particularly like this kind of thing where you know, this doesn't have a special place in my brain really, so it's going to be dedicated use, encouraged by like, oh yeah, I have a check-in coming up, I should try and do my nails with this a couple of times before I reach the check-in so I'm able to make a new mark. You know, that kind of encouragement is what it's going to take for some of these projects, some of these products for me. So yeah, I'm really happy to be doing it, and I would love to hear if you're doing it. Let me know down below and I'll come follow you on Instagram or YouTube or wherever you're talking about it. Thanks so much. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.